Adopting a child in Australia could become easier. A parliamentary committee is looking at a national overhaul which would bring down the number of children in care. New South Wales currently has one of the best state systems, but it still took one Central Coast couple years to adopt.
Sarah and James Wright think they've been dealt a great hand. They're proud parents of Josiah and Caleb. The brothers are not biologically theirs, they're adopted.
We had Josiah come through the door first. I fell in love with him when I first met him.
Josiah and Caleb were forced apart at a very young age and spent years in care. By the age of 3, Josiah had lived in 4 foster homes. Then they were reunited.
Just feels so natural to be their mum and their dad.
This photo was taken the day the adoption papers were signed. Reaching that point took more than 3 years.
It stretches every ounce of your character, but it's just been an incredible experience.
Josiah and Caleb think they're the lucky ones. Almost 50,000 children are in a care system some say is about to buckle under pressure.
We cannot ignore the statistics any longer.
In 2016-2017, 246 adoptions were actually finalised. Processes differ from state to state, so a parliamentary committee is examining whether a national approach can make adoption easier.
We have one of the lowest adoption rates in the world.
New South Wales is seen as having the most suitable model. The state government wants 1,000 adoptions within 4 years.
I'd love to see other states sharing our experience and making adoption available to children in out-of-home care.
In some states, the process can take up to 5 years. Many parents look overseas, fearing adoption may never happen.
That was the hardest part. It was like a little black cloud hanging over our heads.
There have been more than 100 submissions to the inquiry to date. The Department of Social Services admits harmful past policies and practices, including forced adoption and the removal of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander children, are just some of the reasons behind a relatively low adoption rate.
We would never ever want to repeat those mistakes of the past of forcing adults to give up their children.
The Parliamentary Committee has heard emotional evidence on tales of adoption. Its main task will be to finalise a report with recommendations likely to be handed down towards the end of the year.
It's something that I would do all over again.
Jonathan KEARSLEY, 9 News.